time for Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting, and it's sponsored by Vidalia Federal in Lyons and Vidalia, Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton. Now let's see what's happening in our community with host Tony Doc Wardlaw.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, the Doc, Tony Wardlaw, and here we are again. A beautiful Wednesday morning. I love it on Wednesday mornings. Every Wednesday morning is a beautiful morning to be here in this great and wonderful community of ours on Community Matters. Thank you for joining us. Dave he's awake, everybody, but moving slow this morning. Well, it is Sweet Onion Festival time of the year. And you can feel the excitement in the air. Everybody's out and about. I don't know how much work is getting done this week, but but oh well, we can pick it back up next week. And we're always so blessed in this community. There are a lot of organizations and those persons who are working behind the scenes to help make our community a lot better. And this morning we are blessed to have in the studio with us two of such gentlemen who are working behind the scenes really to help revitalize our communities and make them better. And it is none other than the two gentlemen here, the debonair and the wonderful, superb Mr. Leo Peeples and Mr. James McClendon, a.k.a. Old School and Unc. They are in the studio this morning. How are you gentlemen doing?
Hey, we're doing great.
I'd like to say good morning to everyone.
It's good to have you all in the studio with us. You all have a program that is helping to revitalize our communities, and the name of the program is Urban Revitalization Group, and it's been in existence for a while. Can you just tell us about your program and some of the things that you've been able to accomplish?
We recently started a program about, I guess, almost 3 years. This September will make 3 years. And what we did, we saw a need in the community. And we basically came together like-minded individuals, and we decided to do something about it.
Okay.
From that point there, we started, like I say, just driving through the neighborhood, seeing abandoned properties. Once we kind of figured out the game plan, what would we do, we started remodeling those homes. You know, just revitalizing. We decided to give individuals an opportunity that we feel as though we never would have the opportunity to own their home before.
Oh, wow.
So after that right there, we put up the, like I say, start the roadmap, and it's just laid the foundation, and after that, it took off, and we've been much blessed with it.
Well, Mr. Peeples, you are the CEO of the organization.
Yes, sir.
And Mr. McClendon, you are the vice president.
Correct.
And the two of you have come together. We've seen you in the newspapers, and in fact, you've been on WTOC and some other stations.
Absolutely.
And really, you work to help people move into home ownership.
Absolutely. Like I said, once we get them inside this home here, we go through the application process. And like I said, once they get in there, we then do it. We don't just, how would I say, just let it go after that point. We continue to teach them finance. So we teach them about taxes. We teach them about insurance. We teach them about credit card management. We teach them about money management.
Wow.
So we continue to walk them through the process. It's not just, how you doing? Here's the key. Goodbye. We continue to stay there with them.
So you work to make sure that they're able to sustain and stay in the home.
Correct. We want it to be a successful program. And the only way we feel as though it's success is by continuing to be there with them.
Well, Mr. McClendon, how many of these properties have you all been able to help people, revitalize in order to move them into home ownership?
Well, I think the number stands about 11 now.
Yes, sir.
11.
So you've been able to do 11 properties over the course of 3 years.
Yes.
Wow, that's well, if my math is serving me correctly, you're talking about roughly 3 to 4 houses a year.
Absolutely.
That is very, very good. Now, what locations are these houses in?
Right now we're on Fifth
Avenue.
Yeah, we're on Fifth Avenue, and we have one on 308
Dickerson Drive.
Are all of these properties in Vidalia?
Yes.
Are we talking?
Yes.
Do you have any plans to move into Lyons or Mount Vernon?
Maybe in the future. Right now we are basically focused right here on Vidalia.
Okay. Well, let me ask you this. This program, is there a cost to the people who are a part of your program?
No, sir. There's no money out of their pocket. The only thing we basically ask them to do is that be on a job at least 2 to 3 years. They can show taxes where they've been paying taxes and things like that. It's not based on credit. It's not based on any of that. Once we take the paperwork, we send it before the board. The board can decide from there. We don't pick who goes in and who stays out. That's not what we do. It goes before a board. But one thing we do is that we make sure that, you know, when they select these individuals, bring us an application, we want to make sure they meet the criteria. And that's the biggest of it right there, that they're meeting the criteria. So it's not about credit. That's the main thing. It's not about you need money down. It's about, do you qualify for that program? Or do you fit the personnel we're looking for? Yeah.
So, Mr. Peeples and Mr. McClendon, now help us to understand. You saw a need, and the two of you came together. You came together over coffee. What happened?
Well, it was just sitting down brainstorming one day, and saw the need, and throw some ideas out there, and we all sat around and, well, I guess you said, fill around with it, and came up to an idea, and we put it in motion.
Okay.
We basically, like I said, I started this program in 2001 in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And it was a success there. And then I moved on up into Fort Lauderdale, and like I said, my cousin and I, we started to discussing different matters and things within the community we saw a need for. And we started brainstorming. Well, the biggest thing is getting people together to come up with the finances, because a lot of times we wasn't utilizing banks. We was basically utilizing our own personal funding.
Oh, wow.
So we got individuals like-minded together. So look, if we create this program here, it can be successful in both ways. And then we put the numbers together, and like I said, we created a roadmap, and the rest has been history.
Why Vidalia? Why are you pinpointing that area first?
That's where we live.
That's where we are.
Okay.
Yep, that's where we live.
So you looked out in your community where you live, and that's where you started.
Yeah, we've been offered, like Gainesville, Florida, offered us, Tallahassee. Several communities have already contacted us in the Georgia area. Augusta, Macon,
Warner Robins.
All of them have contact. We can go on with different names, have saw us in the news, and made contact with us to say, listen, can you come here, do the same thing you're doing there? But one thing we have the blessings of here, we have the city. Doug Roper, the mayor, he works side by side with us. Nick, side by side with us. So those individuals are very key to the success of this program here.
And what do they contribute? I mean, do they help you pinpoint the properties that need the most revitalization? How does that work?
Well, basically, I guess that when you come in there, you're gonna need, when you go into a community, you're gonna need the city municipality blessings. One thing Doug does with, if there's any shortcomings we meet or anything we need, I can go to Doug and say, Doug, listen, can you help me get this here? He can make a phone call. It happens. If there's anything with paperwork trying to get through, we need to get this through, Nick is on the spot. Nick will say, hey, let's make sure this happens this way. So we have their support and blessing. I think that's one thing that makes us a successful program, just having those two key people in the place.
So the two of you are Army veterans.
Yes, sir.
And you basically have taken upon yourselves to invest your own finances in this program.
Yes.
Just to kickstart people off into home ownership.
Correct.
So from this point forward, I mean, do you accept donations? How does it work? How do you continue to do this? I mean, do you continue to use your own funds? Do you have grants, or how is this moving forward?
Well, basically, we still use our own fund. We have private investors that's on board. You know, like to remain anonymous, but they give us large sums of money to make this successful. We also, you know, some of the locals, Lowe's, Walmart, Handy Andy.
Are these all tax write-offs?
Correct. A lot of these businesses here, like again, the community has been so blessed with, you know, assisting us along the way. They give a lot of donations. Like I said, those three are just named just a few. We can probably call out several banks in the community. There's several businesses in the community. They make it. They definitely make it up. So the city of Vidalia, they've been very supportive of whatever we done. You know, we go to them, say we need somebody's going to make a call and make sure it happens. So we get a lot of in-kind donations from them. Now, we just wrote our first grant, so we're waiting to hear back from that. Unfortunately, you have to wait actually 3 years before applying for a grant in the business that we're in. Now that those 3 years is here,
now you can kind of move forward with some more funding.
Definitely correct. Now we can start seeing more money coming.
And maybe you will branch out and speak to Jason Hall in Lyons and work alongside them.
Yep. Know him well.
So how do you pinpoint which houses you're going to do? I mean, there's as you ride through, you can see several houses that are dilapidated and need revitalizing. So how do you pinpoint like which house you're going to use?
Yeah, one thing we like to do, Tony, is we like to try to get them all together. If we can buy a block, that's the best way to do it, because now you can see the difference in the neighborhood.
See it, yeah. But it makes an immediate impact.
Absolutely. If you start grabbing one property here, one there, it kind of looks like one individual that's doing it, and kind of separate ourselves. If you notice, all our homes look alike. Okay. You know, we want people to identify and say that is an urban revitalization group home, and that's one thing that we try to focus on. Can we get them close by each other? So we can get 4 or 5 houses, or sometimes we can look at a couple of individuals and say, well, we own 6 or 7 houses in one place. We try to buy all 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, have you run into any roadblocks with some of the homeowners not wanting to come off of these properties?
Not really, because I think that they're already abandoned. So they like saying, well,
they're looking for some.
Give me the money. Give me the money. Yeah,
it really is a relief on them. So now they don't have to fix it up.
Yeah. So. And I guess that's where the city comes in, because the city ordinances are like, look, you got to fix this up, and then when you all come along, it's like, whew, we got an out.
Yeah, because they don't have to tear it down.
Yep.
Wow. What are any future plans?
Well, we own a property on Broadfoot over there. What's going on there? We hadn't decided what direction we're going in. We're either going to go with a 15-unit complex. We're going to go with the single-bedroom homes. Like right now, we won't build anything past 2 bedrooms, because I believe that once you go past 2 bedrooms, it's no longer affordable housing. Okay. Because when you carry a light bill of $100 to $200 a month, that's a strain within itself from an individual that only have a $12,000 to $15,000 yearly income.
Oh wow,
that's a major problem. So if we keep it simple, 1 bedroom, 2, now it's affordable. They can afford it. The individuals that we work with, I don't think their light bill is over $60 a month. That becomes affordable.
Wow.
So when individuals start saying that I live in a 3-bedroom, or I want 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, that's not affordable. That's no longer an affordable house.
I'm sitting here thinking. I'm sitting here thinking about the last time I paid a $60 light bill.
It's been a while.
You might have a new client right here. I might need to take y'all up on one of these affordable housing.
I tell you, Tony, like I said, man, we put in there. We insulate the whole house.
Yeah.
Wow.
We put in all new wiring. We put in the tin roofs. We put in there
new plumbing,
central air, central heat, tankless water heaters. Man. Yeah, we put the best. You know, most people, when they get a water heater, you know, we get a 25 or 50 gallon. That's constant heating that water heater.
Right.
But you put in that tankless, when it goes off, it's off. Yeah, so that keeps the bill down. So things like that we put in there. You know, efficiency light bulbs. We put everything there.
You guys, you got another fan here that'll be kind of following you all, trying to see how I can reduce my bills around here.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Wow, this is phenomenal. We're gonna take a break, but you know, and when we come back, we'll talk about how people can take advantage of these opportunities. But I do want to ask you this question before we go to break. Now, do the two of you do all the work, or do you have a team of people? How do you get this done?
We actually have a crew.
Okay.
We have a constructive crew of 3.
All right.
Yes.
And I saw you all in Lowe's not long ago, and y'all were at it then.
We're just the gophers.
Is that right?
They
Tell you, hey, y'all the gophers. Go get this and bring it back. And the 3-man crew, they're working.
Absolutely. I run the paperwork side and
I run the construction side.
Yeah.
Okay. So is that your background, Mr. McClendon?
Well, not basically, but my father was an electrician and plumber and everything. So I have some skills in that.
Okay. So y'all got it moving and working.
Absolutely.
This is good. This is good. Well, after the break, don't go anywhere. When we come back from the break, ladies and gentlemen, they're going to tell us how we can sign up. They already have their first person here this morning, the doc, and then we'll also see what else is in the future for the Urban Revitalization Group right after these messages.
Smarter, not harder. Here at Vidalia Federal, we are all about that phrase as we strive to make your life easier. No more drowning in paperwork or being interrogated over the idea of buying a house. Getting a home loan should be an enjoyable, simple process, not a daunting task. This is Julia McKenzie with Vidalia Federal Savings Bank, and I am here to make the mortgage process easy and simple. Come see me at the Vidalia branch on Jackson Street to talk about your next home purchase or refinance. I look forward to serving you. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas. This is Anthony J. with Todd Paget Housing Center. And no, I'm not Santa, but we sure are slaying the competition over here in Claxton, Georgia. We build our manufactured homes more energy efficient, better built, and have the best setup than anyone else. Whether you've been naughty or nice, come by and we'll be glad to show you the Todd Paget Housing Center difference. Jingle us at 912-732-1466 or stop your sleigh at 5260 Highway 280 West in Claxton, Georgia. Todd Paget Housing Center. All of your housing solutions under one roof.
Dorothy Davis with Southeastern Business Solutions here, specializing in website services, graphics management, and video editing. We have partnered with TCB Broadcasting to bring your sponsorship ads to life with their live on-air programs, which are recorded and archived along with your sponsorship ads as they were aired at the time of production. These programs are viewable by anyone at any time from anywhere on major social outlets like YouTube or Facebook, to include tcbbroadcasting.com's website. That's a lot more viewing potential, more than you would get than with a still banner that's only viewable by website visitors. With this kind of viewing potential, you want to make sure your ad says a lot more than a simple animated logo can say. These services are only available on tcbbroadcasting.com and the spots are limited. So reach out to your TCB Broadcasting account executive and get yours locked in as soon as possible. You can bring your own video with you, or you can email Dorothy at southeasternbusinesssolutions.com, and you and we can put our creative minds together to come up with the perfect ad that says the perfect message and gets you the perfect attention.
Welcome back to this edition of Community Matters. I'm your host, Tony Wardlaw, the Doc, and we are here talking with the Honorable Mr. Lee Peeples, the CEO of the Urban Revitalization Group, as well as the debonair, Mr. James McClendon, the Vice President of the Urban Revitalization Group. And what a wonderful program this is, working to help people move into home ownership. And your program, is this for first-time homeowners, or can you have? Is it possible that you could have owned a home and still take advantage of your programs, or is it just for first-time homeowners?
No, it's not. It's basically for anyone that we feel as though they'll have a need fit the program criteria. I think one of the things that we realize is that, you know, everybody fall on hard times. Certain individuals have never had an opportunity to own a home.
Wow.
And that's what we step in. I know, like I said earlier, I believe that, you know, when you're blessed such as I am, and you have an opportunity to help, I just believe that, you know, the Christian faith that I have is that a lot of individuals can say, I have this many houses. But I think it sounds better when you can say, I help this many people get this many houses.
Wow.
I think that's truly the blessings. I think that You know, when we say I don't think there's no success in that. There's no blessings in it. But when you start saying, I'm helping other people, I'm giving them an opportunity, my belief is that when you stand before the Lord, He's going to say, well done, my servant, well done.
Excellent, excellent. Mr. McClendon, you want to add anything to that?
Well, it's basically not reflections on us. It's more or less the individual and giving them an opportunity to do something with their lives. You know, people fall on hard times all the time. You know? But we see the need that maybe you don't have to rent for 30 or 40 years.
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
Some of the individuals that, he's absolutely correct, some of the individuals we come in contact, I've never heard in my life till I got here an individual have been in the same home for 42 years.
Wow.
And don't own that home.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, they don't own it.
Well, your program is Urban Revitalization Group,
Yes.
LLC, and .org is the website. Urban Revitalization Group, LLC, .org.
Correct.
And from that website, is that where people can sign up, fill out an application? How does one take advantage of your program?
Well, you can go there and you can leave a, we have an inbox there, or you can go, our office is 116 McIntosh Street, Vidalia, Georgia. We have a drop box there. You can just, go there, fill out a piece of paper, just drop it inside the box there. And we normally go by there daily and check it. And if they will give you a call back, or come by, Northwest Fifth Avenue. We'll come constantly over there, and we have applications there with us. And then once we give you that, you fill it out, and we can go from there.
Okay, and on that website, you can find your various sponsors.
Yes.
Correct.
People can make donations on that website.
Correct.
Absolutely.
So if you're listening this morning and you want to donate to this cause, then you can go to that website. And tell us about another monetary program you have with your credit cards.
We also created our own debit card. We believe to be successful, you have to use your own card. A lot of times, banks and all will give you these debit cards, but every time you stroke that card, they're getting the percentage back. Well, we partnership up with the bank that gave us our own individual card. So we kind of give that out to our members that every one of them that swipe that card, we get cash back for that. So that helps us a lot.
We just put money back into the program.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, self-funding.
How does one get one of those cards?
From the website.
Oh, you can do all of this on the website.
Go to the website; it'll walk you right through it.
Okay. You also have classes to teach people about financial literacy and stability.
Yes, we're working now that we've been getting such a large feedback as individuals want to get in these homes. Now they're asking us, can we sit in on the classes? Normally we just have the classes for the individuals that's in our homes. But I think that this summer we're going to open it up to the community itself, because a lot of people just asking, well, how do I know about this? Can you teach me this and teach me that? So I think that's what we're going to start working on in the future.
Okay. And Mr. Peeples, you're an author.
Yes, sir.
You've got a book in and around this effort that you have written, Success to Wealth, How to Grow Your Money.
Absolutely. Before the pandemic, I was going around the country promoting my book, Success to Wealth. And with that, it's a first-time homeowner's Bible. For every problem you can think of, it's in that book there. All the acronyms and some of the words they use. You just get an opportunity to check lists off when buying a home, what to look for, what the pitfalls, what the relative is speaking of, money and logical terms. It teaches you all of that right there. Different websites you can go find information out. Everything is in the book there.
Where can we get the book?
Well, normally you contact me. Let me give you my number. It's 954 822 5128. I've been so busy working with these homes, I have an opportunity to start traveling again. But I think this summer, like we said, we're going to crank back up. We think the pandemic is pretty much under control now, so we'll start promoting this again.
Now, this number, 954-822-5128, that's not a local number. That seems to be a Florida number. Go Dogs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Broward County.
But you're living here now, and all your family's from here.
All my family, the Brantleys, Ralph Brantley, Tina Brantley, Kate, Kaiser May, Brantley, all of them, and the Peeples in Mount Vernon, the Peeples in Baxter, all those my kin folks.
And Mr. McClendon, you're from the big metropolis, the urban mecca,
Tarrytown. People should know when I say TT, they should know where I'm from.
Right. Wonderful. So you gentlemen are from this area, and you're working to make this a better place in which to live. You're making it beautiful, which is really needful as we have visitors like we're having this week. A lot of people visiting our communities, traveling through our cities. We want it to look good and be, have the best presentation for people who are coming into this area, and perhaps they will choose to stay here.
Absolutely. That's the goal.
Now, my question before we close, your program, is it available for anybody, regardless of their race, color, creed?
We don't discriminate.
Gender?
Absolutely.
All the above?
All of the above.
Okay. Okay, so it's just not a minority program?
No,
absolutely not.
You just have to show a need.
Okay. Okay. So the minority part is the need part.
That's
Correct.
the need.
If you have a need, you come in, you fill out the application, and you gentlemen and your team will do all you can to help them get into a home.
Absolutely. I have a saying, is that I don't see color, I see people.
And boy, that what a pun that is, with your last name being Peeples.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, this is a blessing. I've got Mr. Old School and Mr. Unk. Where do you get the old school from?
When I came up here, just working with the kids, I was always giving them information, talking about how to be successful, what you need to do.
So they said old school.
Old school.
Taking us to school.
Taking us to school. Always talking about school.
And Mr. McClendon, where do you get Unk from?
Well, I'm the
It's a term
senior.
of endearment, right? And you're the senior of the two.
I'm the senior elders in the program. Everybody calls me Unc.
Yeah.
Most all my nephews that's around here.
Mm-hmm.
I have had a nephew that was deputy sheriff in Lowndes.
Okay. All right. What was his name?
Preston McClendon.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Excellent. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for taking out the time and getting up early and coming to be on the program and sharing with us about your agency. This is a blessed, I want to say, a great kept secret, but we got to get this word out.
Absolutely.
So that more people can take advantage of it, and preferably more people will donate to this cause. It's good to know that there's a program out there to help people with financial literacy and to move forward. Ladies and gentlemen, the website is Urban Revitalization Group, LLC.org. There you can get in touch with Mr. Peeples as well as Mr. McClendon and work to take your lives to another level. You can also visit our website, tcbbroadcasting.com. That's tcbbroadcasting.com. There you will be able to see this interview. If there's a part that you missed, you can go back and listen to it. You'll also be able to see the debonair faces of these two gentlemen. And so go to our website, tcbbroadcasting.com. As always, we thank Ms. Dorothy Davis for her work on that. As well, we thank the one and the only Mr. Dave Allen for producing the show and being here with us. And again, thank you so much, Mr. Peeples. Thank you, Mr. McClendon, for your work.
Again, and thank you for having us, Mr. Warlock. Thank you.
Well, this has been another edition of Community Matters. Everyone, have a great time this week. Get out and enjoy the festivities for the Sweet Onion Festival. Don't sit in the house. Get out, go down to the city park and go out, enjoy the rodeo. Go and take in a movie, a show from Tales of the Altamaha. But get out and let's enjoy one another, working together in unity and enjoying each other's company. I'm your host, The Doc. Come back again on next week, and we will have another great show for you. Until then, everyone take care and be blessed. See you then.
You You've been listening to Community Matters with host Tony Doc Wardlaw, sponsored by Todd Paget Housing Center in Claxton and by Vidalia Federal in Lyons and Vidalia. Tune in again next week to see what is happening in our community on Community Matters, a service of TCB Broadcasting.